Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Bible in Order, where we are chronologically going through the entire Bible in 1 year. Today's reading for February 29th is there's not a reading in this chronological reading plan, not for the leap year, not for February 29th. And so I felt like sharing with you today as I prayed Psalm 23. Psalm 23 is famous. It is lovely. It is beautiful in the old King James Version, but I'm going to be reading from the ESV, the English Standard Version, only changing God's holy name and saying Yahweh instead of the Lord. And we can go into that another time. Most of you who have been with me for a while know about my conviction about God's holy name, and that's not new to you. Psalm 23 begins, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. That means I will never be in need. I will have everything I need. He makes me lie down in green pastures. This is a picture in my mind of God commanding his people to take a break. You will rest. You will keep the Sabbath. You will stop and turn off distractions and shut down your business and stop harvesting. You will take a break and you will think about truth. You will consider things that are true. And that way you won't be deceived by the lies of the world, because you'll take a break once a week and just stop. You will lie down in green pastures. You will forget all of your cares. He leads me beside still waters. Still waters are important for sheep because sheep are afraid of the rushing water. They don't want to get water splashed on their face. It frightens them and they need still water. I can be like a sheep where I am easily afraid, and I have to convince myself, I have to remind myself to be one who trusts in the goodness and the provision and the protection of God. He restores my soul. How many of you right now feel that your soul needs to be restored? God restores my soul, and he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. I carry his name. You, if you're a Christian, if you call yourself a Christian, if you say that you are a child of God, you carry the holy name of God with you wherever you go. And so if you submit to the Holy Spirit's leadership, he will guide you into paths of righteousness. He will not guide you into sin. He will guide you into holiness for his name's sake, so that we make him look good. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. A good friend of mine reminded me as she was reading this passage. She says, we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We don't pitch our tent there. We don't camp out there. We walk through it. We are not to stay in the valley of the shadow of death. And because we're just passing through, and because I'm not doing it alone, because you are not walking it alone, there's no reason to fear. I will fear no evil. You will fear no evil, because God, Yahweh, is with you. His rod and his staff comfort me and you. We look at the tools that God has in his hand and they bring us comfort. He's got one that he uses to draw us near. He's got one that he uses to drive the enemy far away. Everything he needs to take excellent care of us, he has. And when we look on those things, we remember his promises. It restores our soul. It gives us hope. It causes us to have faith and not fear. You, Yahweh, prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy. It's one thing to feast. It's another thing to do it when you know that the people around you want to destroy you, and to do it in perfect peace, to enjoy a meal with God in the midst of your enemies. God You, Yahweh, anoint my head with oil. He anoints your head with oil, friends. Our cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. And I shall dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. And you shall dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. If you've read and believed the New Testament, you know that you are the house of Yahweh, that His Holy Spirit resides within you, and that we are a royal priesthood being built up together to bring Him glory. God bless you, my friends. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We'll see you tomorrow.